All right, welcome back. Now our GMC tweet of the night. Look at this one from CBS Sports. Steelers just know how to get to the quarterback. Most sacks in the NFL in each of the last 5 seasons, 55, 56, 54, 52, 56. I still think they can get into the mid-50s again this year, even though they don't have the same defensive coordinator. They got the same players, similar style back there. I would say that they're going to be in the mid-50s again, especially with a guy like T.J. Watt back there.
They have better defensive minds than they did cumulatively last year because Keith Butler to Brian Flores is an upgrade. I think it's Flores, Tomlin, and Terrell Austin. A combination of those guys are running the defense. I trust them. Sacks are kind of overrated. I can't help but look at that number last year, Richie, and think, what good did it do them when teams were running the ball all over them? T.J. Watt's individual brilliance helped that a whole bunch. Cam Hayward's obviously going to get his. Alex Highsmith had a nice little year. But that seems like a very hollow stat to cite when they got torched so many times by bad teams in the running game. Like, I don't want to hear about 55 sacks. I want to hear about how some guy no one's ever heard of before or since from the Lions was running around like he was Terrell Pryor back in the Whippeal.
Let's go to Tom out in Shaler. How you doing, Tom? You there, Tom?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
Turn your TV off, Tom. Turn your TV on mute, buddy. Please.
No. Yes. What's up, guys?
What's up?
Called in a couple weeks ago.
Okay.
Told you guys Pickens, the receiver.
Pickens, yeah.
Be the key to the Pittsburgh offense. He goes. Najee goes. Freiermuth, Gentry goes. Maybe we'll pick up a fire under Claypool. What do you think, guys? I don't care who's slinging the ball either.
All right. Hey, thanks a lot, Tom from Shaler. I appreciate it. Look, I think Deontay Johnson's their number 1 receiver. He was last year. He's going to get the most targets, I think. And I don't think that's debatable. But after that, I wouldn't be surprised if George Pickens is the next targeted guy, especially later in the season. But I will say this, and I know you and I talked a little bit about this earlier. I think Pat Freiermuth is going to be the guy inside the red zone. I think he's going to take a lot of targets away from all those guys. And I wouldn't be surprised if look, he's not going to have the most passes caught. But Freiermuth is going to be, I don't know where I put him in the weapons. Definitely top 5.
What do you think Tom and Shaler was calling from? Like a lounge chair in his house, like a big Barca lounger? What do you think? Like, I'm just still trying to get a sense of Tom's call. Freiermuth's going to get red zone targets, but I'll make a prediction. Deontay Johnson probably will be the most targeted receiver because we know he gets open very quickly, Richie. That's his claim to fame. He's always open right off the line of scrimmage. By the end of the year, it will not be an arguable opinion. People will just accept as fact George Pickens will be the best receiver on this team and quite possibly the featured offensive player, like the best overall offensive player.
Yeah.
That's how good I think George Pickens is going to be. So you're going to get Deontay Johnson getting looked at a lot in games because the quarterbacks might need to get rid of the ball. Pickens is going to ball out even if he doesn't get the most receptions, the most touches.
All right. Hey, I got breaking news, by the way. We got to figure it out. I got Ray on the phone. I texted him. I said, Doppler, do we still use Doppler? Is it a thing? And he goes, yes, Doppler is what shows us the motion in the storms, usually the weird red-green map we showed during tornado warnings. That's the Doppler part of the radar in action. The red-green map.
So Tomlin was right.
He was.
So Tomlin was right. Doppler radar is still a thing. You know, Mike Tomlin could have, I guess he has said this on record, that he says things in a very unique way to get people to pay attention. So I guess it's mission accomplished again. He could have just said, 31 other head coaches would have said, we moved practice up because it looked like there was going to be bad weather. Mike Tomlin, yeah, we wanted to stay ahead of Doppler. We're a Doppler-capable team. Obviously that this is the NFL, so Doppler is going to be a factor, and we expect the men to handle Doppler with professionalism.
I love it. You're right. There's the Doppler. They got ahead of the Doppler. Not even the Doppler. They got ahead of Doppler. I love it. It might be my favorite quote by Tomlin.
I think it's his most absurd Tomlinism ever. I really do. The single most unnecessary use of a Tomlinism that I have ever seen. I mean, he has said some weird stuff that has made me chuckle. Got to get ahead of the Doppler as the head of the class.
All right, let's go out to Jim in North Hills. How you doing, Jim?
Hey, guys. How you doing?
Good. Thanks for calling.
Brad dumped $4.2 million on Derek Watt that you haven't used for less than 10% of his usage on the team. Just trying to figure that out.
I think a lot of people are trying to figure that out. I know we try to figure it out on the show every night what they're going to do. I don't know. That's a good question because you don't use the fullback.
Keep hearing he's
Matt
really
Canada
talented,
did,
Richie.
Yeah, he's a good special
I keep
teams
hearing
guy,
he's,
but do you
he's
make that
Kyle
much?
Juszczyk or something. Like, come on. They made good use out of George Aston when Canada was running that offense in 16 at Pitt, but I agree. I agree with Jim. Like, what's Derek Watt doing? I mean, he's a special teams ace. My God, if I had a dime for every time I heard about how important special teams was to the Steelers and how important special teams type players were to the Steelers, like Benny Snell will never be cut because he's so good on special teams, I'd be a very rich man. The bottom line is I don't care that much about special teams. There's a reason guys who are third string usually play special teams because they're not good at doing the other stuff. Derek Watt is just occupying space under the salary cap and on this roster.
I mean, I'd rather throw the ball to Pat Freiermuth. I'd rather throw the ball to Zach Gentry. I'd rather throw the ball. There's so many other guys.
When's Derek Watt even on the field, Richie? Like,
Yeah.
seriously, it's unusual when he's actually taking offensive snaps, let alone getting targeted.
All right, we got to take a break. Back with more of your phone calls coming up next. Stay right there. 412-575-2600 is the number.